Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I actually went and looked between episodes to see if I had any brandy. Sadly I didn't, so I had to make do with bourbon, which is fine. So in the last episode we broke the psych locks for Matt. He went insane. He has a freaking huge scar on his face. That is apparently covered up by his hair, which makes sense. I think I almost asked if I didn't actually ask, like, what's he hiding underneath his hair? Alright, but now it's time to hear his secret, which I'm assuming is the giant scar.
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
Really? So you are Shelley DeKiller's client?
You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you?
So he's sort of not guilty?
But what do you mean? That woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me, I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
You're lying. What a terrible...
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
He knew about Miss Andrews' secret.
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins.
What?
Oh, calm now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above black. Oh!
Whoa, wait, hold on. Alright, never. It actually doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going.
They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads.
So he wanted that so that it would show the killer on camera. But I'm assuming that contracts were drawn up or something. I don't know. That part I'm guessing on.
Yeah, superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why?
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want.
Oh. Can I tell him? Next time it radio's in.
That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl.
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Kurita?
Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it? If Mr. Kurita had been able to give it, then Mr. Engard's secret would have...
Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Kurita ended up dead?
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone, except assassins. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it, the assassin too. No, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Matt Engard. Ah, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. So...
There are things I'm confused about, but I don't think I can get answers to them yet.
What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet.
How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Kurita, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone, which...
Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that DeKiller guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room.
You killed Mr. Kurita.
I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You can always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
So he knows we're being blackmailed.
Mystic Maya. You wouldn't want to test to kill her. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose.
You? Scoundrel!
So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution.
I'll get you for this.
That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer.
I just realized something too. So we know all this. So if we get this guy off the hook, are we dead?
What am I supposed to do?
Now you finally found it. Oh, Edgeworth!
The starting line of this case.
So he's known all along. Oh, Edgeworth, I could hug you.
Edgeworth.
I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct.
Yes, this is much happier. Okay.
Well, Wright, what are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy?
No, we can't do that.
That's right, he's holding Maya hostage.
What should I do?
That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. That is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn.
My turn?
What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own.
Okay. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer. That Engard, that man is really
It doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system?
Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery?
Ironic that you of all people should say such thing. Isn't that exactly how you fought your clients up until now?
But they've been innocent. Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed in my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart, and we've kind of proven that they were all innocent. Minus one, sort of. But if I were to get Engard an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I actually kind of like this plot line. Just for the ethical dilemma that it presents. I think that's a really interesting story, and it wasn't necessarily a direction I expected them to go. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do.
Right, would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong.
Huh?
We aren't some sort of heroes, we're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You're a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do.
Why fight? People like you and Francisca von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty.
Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record, that's all.
And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty. No, I feel like you have not been paying attention to a word Edgeworth has been saying.
I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken.
What do you...
Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now?
The answer to that is something you'll find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow.
Wait, we still have one more day after that, right?
But if you can't, then you'll be powerless to change the ending of this story.
That seems ominous. Uh-oh. Mr. Nick, the transceiver. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Engard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer?
Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client.
Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer as himself. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah. 'Cause it's bad for business? This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? It's that I won't let you go to jail for the murder. So I'd imagine an assassin, you know, their clients probably would often end up being suspects. My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it's part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did, but my name is DeKiller. Shelly DeKiller.
You're Shelly DeKiller.
I thought we knew that. It was one of those things that seemed kind of obvious and I just went with it. Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a DeKiller, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain... Maya. Wait. What if we rat out Engard? Right? That can't go over well. It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap. No! Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say.
Edgeworth. Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission... Oh...
That? It sounded like a cat.
A cat? It can't be that cat. Can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for Engard Mansion immediately.
Alright, you hurry over as well then.
Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Well, so we're gonna get there and like the whole house is gonna be cleared out. Yeah. I don't remember how to get there. From my office? Oh wait, oh no, that's right. It's right by the hotel. I had to go here first. Oh, the house hasn't been emptied. That's good. Maya. Please answer us, Mystic Maya.
Yeah, this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape.
I think he realized his folly and he is gone.
I'm assuming he's still in the area.
Can't believe it, that butler. All this time, he was the killer. Ah, did that update my court record? Crap.
He and Engard were working together all this time. I'm sure they'd worked out a contingency plan ahead of time.
Oh wait, was that there before? Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason. Figurine added to the court record. Bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here?
Alright, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
Ah, I'm sure that's for Shu. Do you think that this came through that little door?
This door. It's locked.
Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Well, ah, we got it. Ugh, there's no one here.
From the looks in this room, I would say this is Engard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright.
An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it.
I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. Looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it.
Ah! Alright, let's take a look around. This is important. It's a VCR and an antenna. The footage that spy camera took at the scene of the crime was beamed here and recorded on tape. If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful. Each television and speakers loom largely here. I'm sure if Maya saw this, she'd say, I would die a happy samurai fan if I could see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Yeah, that's what she'd say. Ah, I can't believe I just made a joke about Maya, all things considered. Wait. Oh, alright. I think we're boned again. Because that means the killer had to know that he was taped. He doesn't seem to care. It's Engard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help? But Mr. Nick, where's the power switch? Oh, I get it. So that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. Very small table. I bet we could barely squeeze 3 pearls on there. But I wouldn't sit on a table to begin with, Mr. Nick. Couch. What a spacious sofa. I bet 10 pearls would fit on it. I like that pearl is now a unit of measurement. I don't think 10 of me would fit, Mr. Nick. I can't read all the labels, but this is a very large collection of videotapes. Looks like Engard taped all of his own shows. Am I wrong in feeling like I'm... aha! There's a little door for Shu in this big door. I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out here. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. This time too, I'm sure. I have no idea. Back to the other room. Maybe I missed something. Oh, the wine cellar. Okay. That makes way more sense. We searched all over, but it looks like he got away.
I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time.
Now, we've lost our only lead.
Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar.
Yeah, you're right.
We're close, I can tell. We've already set up a checkpoint along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us.
Maya. Oh. How'd that get there? This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts. With love, Celeste. Miss Impacts, you mean... Yes, Mr. Kurita's former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Impacts be here in Mr. Engard's mansion? And why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Ah! What's wrong, Pearls? Please let me see that picture frame. Huh? What's so special about the frame? On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message. But what? I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You'd better get Engard guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearlie, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now. Oh, crap. Sorry, text went way too fast. No! Mystic Maya!
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare?
Nothing.
We've searched the house and this is the last room. It looks like he looted us.
Edgeworth?
Yes.
As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing.
What is that?
Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth.
I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Oh, we're in time. We can still... We'll keep going. We'll see how this goes. Good evening, Mr. Wright. Oh, what's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want to know, and you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, here we go. My frame. Alright, we did the first part of this. You may think I didn't hear it. You said you want revenge. There's something or someone in her past. That was Celeste. Okay. Celeste, there's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge, and that is Miss Impacts' suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Engard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Oh, can you explain to me this relationship between... Okay. I'm wondering if Wilm was mistaken. I'm trying to remember. Didn't he say that Juan? Oh, okay. I get all of this now. I think I'd figured this out already. Sorry for it took me a minute to catch up. If I remember, from what I remember in the last week's episodes, I think Celeste was cheating on Juan with Matt. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. So I frame him. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Kurita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes. Because of Matt. Aha! But because of Mr. Engard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. Oh. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why. With love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? Wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Oh. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that's where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. And the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure that even you can guess why Juan called off the wedding, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. You see, so that's what happened. But then why did Mr. Kurita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand it all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impax. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left behind a suicide note. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that the note was a very powerful weapon against Matt. It would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of the suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it from Juan. Just so I could find out about all this, I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. That's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. Can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation or with what I know now.
To be continued!
That means we're about to start day 2. And we are, of course, going to start day 2 of the trial in the next episode. Oh, I'm so excited. This, like I said, this got really intense. I don't know. I think it has been a very interesting trial, interesting case so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.